Are you struggling with implementing cursor-based pagination in your Apollo GraphQL server? You're not alone. Many developers face this challenge, and today we're going to break it down step by step. I completely understand how frustrating it can be when you have your schema ready, but the resolver side feels like a brick wall. It can be overwhelming, but don't worry, we will tackle this together. Here's the specific question we're addressing. One user asked, how do I implement cursor-based pagination in my Apollo GraphQL server? They have their schema set up, but are unsure how to proceed with the resolvers. Sound familiar? Let's dive in. Cursor-based pagination is a powerful way to handle large data sets efficiently. It allows you to fetch data in chunks, which is especially useful for performance. But implementing it correctly in your resolvers is key to making it work seamlessly. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a pro tip that will make your pagination implementation even smoother. To implement cursor-based pagination in the Apollo GraphQL server, the user should start by modifying the resolver for the all developers query. This involves fetching the developers based on the provided cursor. Next, the user needs to handle the pagination logic. This includes determining which developers to return based on the cursor and the limit specified by the first or last arguments. After fetching the developers, the user should create the edges and page info objects. The edges will contain the developer nodes along with their cursors, while page info will provide pagination details. Finally, the user should return the developer's connection object from the resolver, which includes the edges and page info created in the previous steps. Fun fact, did you know that pagination has been around since the days of scrolls? It's true. Even ancient texts had to manage how information was presented. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative approach for implementing cursor-based pagination in an Apollo GraphQL server is to use MongoDB with Mongoose. The user suggests 3 methods. First, you can create a cursor field in your schema and implement pagination logic in your resolver, but this may not be ideal for complex schemas. Second, there's a module available that integrates with Mongoose to provide a pagination interface, though it requires some changes to your schema. Lastly, you can use MongoDB's sort, skip, and limit functions, but this can lead to issues like duplicate documents if not handled carefully. The user recommends using a pagination plugin for Mongoose to simplify this process. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always test your pagination with various cursor values to ensure it behaves as expected. This will save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. You should now have a solid understanding of how to implement cursor-based pagination in your Apollo GraphQL server. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.